Good afternoon. So I just wanted to hop on and show you guys what we've been doing this morning. So we picked up a used round pen for Fletcher. Fletcher is the draft that came from the bailout, and he is fully blind. He's been struggling to get used to the fence lines in the pasture that we have set up for him. We've been struggling to find a buddy for him. The plan originally was that we would take and buddy him up with Penny, our Percheron that has a torn tendon that stays dry lotted in the winter and in a smaller area. So we figured we would buddy her up with him as his eyes. And that didn't work out so well. We never even really had a chance to put them together. We lost Bess unexpectedly, and Bess was Jarrett's eyes. So we had to scramble and make sure that Jarrett had somebody right away. Jarrett and Penny have been friends, and they've stayed together last winter, so she was the best choice for that. So we're kind of in a position that we're not sure who we're going to put Fletcher with. We may put him in with Jarrett and Penny in the future, but right now he's just struggling to deal with different sights and different sounds, not sights, and movements and things like that. So we chose to get him a round pen, and I'm going to turn this around. This is his first time in the round pen. It's tight in my yard, so this is where we set it up. We ended up, because he's a draft, we couldn't just pick up a used Tractor Supply round pen. We had to make sure that it was a heavy duty pen that was tall, so that if he bumped it too hard, he wouldn't just collapse it to pieces. So this is his first time in. He's been in here for maybe 10 minutes. He did a lot of circling to begin with, but he's doing pretty good. At first he was a little nervous because he could hear the sounds from my ponds and my garden. He can hear the goats in the barnyard over here, which they're all sunbathing today. And now the train are in a different direction for him too now. So he's used to hearing the trains from the barn, and he's sometimes used to hearing them from the pasture too when he's out for walks. But he's got to get used to where all these different sounds are coming from again. So this, originally we were like, let's put it out in the pasture so he can get used to the pasture. It's nice long grass out there. But come winter, if we need to utilize this, we wanted it a little bit closer to the barn. So we squeezed it in. It's right now between our old barn and then the main tri-lot right there in the chickens area. And so he's just figuring things out. And hopefully this will get him out more, get him a little bit happier than just standing in a stall all the time. So this is the start of getting him used to it a little bit better. You're all right. He really needed something that was more secure than our bigger pastures. It was just too big of a space for him to get his footing and figure out where he's at. So there's Fletcher. I'm going to walk away from him and show you guys who else is out. We'll see how far I can get, because sometimes I don't get service out here. Do you want to watch him? Thank you. So while he's out, especially today, we will be babysitting. So we'll see how far we're gonna get, because I don't always get service out here. But out here, right as of now, and they're not even on lead, that is, right way out there is Jake, the black Percheron. We have determined he does have some sight, not much, but a little bit, in his left eye. His right eye is completely blind. And then close by to him, the bay, is Jasper. And Jasper's doing pretty good. He gets super excited to come out, and he loves to graze. He's actually not quitting grass, so that's a huge bonus. He does quit his hay to a point, and that means he chews it up and kind of spits it out because he doesn't have enough good chewing surfaces to chew it down enough to then swallow. But he's doing really good. He's got good poops, and he's drinking a lot. We just started him on a weight supplement, and he's actually getting fed about 5 times a day. He gets different small meals. So it's a mixture of soaked alfalfa and a senior extruded feed. We're going to be switching him over to a high-fat feed next. That was recommended to us. I hate the trains. But they come out and have a few hours out here every day. We've been slowly working it to a point where they can be out here longer. But right now, Jake's pretty rough on fences. So we supervise because we don't want anybody to bump the hot lines and the livestock fence and get really nervous and then just bolt. I thought Jasper would be really close, but it's not that way. Reconnect. It seems like Jasper's just like there's grass and he's happy about it. So that's what's going on. It's been very time consuming with this new crew. We knew it would be. That's why we were hesitant to take these two when we already had Fletcher. So it has been time consuming. So if you guys need things from us, if you have things for us to pick up, we're trying. We need to spend a lot of time here at the farm to make sure everybody's good. Because not only do we have these guys that we're babysitting, we have Jarrett and Penny who are just kind of getting reacquainted with each other and are in the front pasture. That's going really, really well. So I'm happy with that. But Jarrett hasn't had like a nice summer fall storm where there's a lot of rain or anything since they've been together. And so with that, that's when like time will tell if Penny can take care of him and get him out of his I don't know where I'm at mode. We shall see. That is going on. Let's see here. And then our horses are in the back on about 60 acres, but in the drop, they're out here. There's a group of what I call special needs, or newbies. So Buddy and Callie are doing great together. And then not just Buddy and Callie, because some people will be like, who's that coming out of the shed? And it does look like Callie, but that's actually Nalady. And then Buddy's next to her, really close to the wall, and then Miller's there. So we have Owen, Huey, Buddy, Callie, Nalady, and Miller up here from the main herd. And part of that is because Buddy and Callie are new. And then Owen, Miller, Nalady, and Huey are up here because they have some health issues, so they have to be watched a lot closer than to just be out on the big fields. The guys on the big fields stay out 24/7. This crew is babied a little bit more where we bring them in and install them if the nights are going to be rainy or anything like that. So Miller's 31. The lady's well into her 30s. I don't think she could handle walking 60 acres. She already struggles with the track and having to go to the back fields. And then our mini crew is still out here too. It's harder to see, and so is our donkey crew. So it looks like they're dry lotted, but they're actually not. This is basically what I call home base. And then they have a track that runs and loops around one of the pastures and then comes back up on the other side. And along that track, we have gates going to different pastures. So right now they have a pasture in the back. They just have to walk down the track and through a little bit of a woods and up and down hills to get over there. And when it's warm out, they choose to just hang out in the shed. So that's what's going on with the horses. We have to start our winter cleanup. They're doing really well over here. They're not even on lead. They're just happy to be out. which is great. It's so nice to see them out. I do think Jasper's gaining a little bit of weight, which is great. And then we'll stop over here with Fletcher. So every time we walk around, he's going to be like, what's going on? This is all very new. So, but this is really good to get him out. So this was purchased with the donations that we received when Fletcher came in. So we appreciate that so much, and Fletcher does too, because this basically allowed him to be able to be out and about. That was huge for him. So thank you guys for all of the donations that allowed us to get Fletcher his own personal round pen. I'm sure it'll be used for others in the future, but for now, this is his safe space, which I think is just what he needed. So I'm gonna hop off. I got waters to do and some stalls to clean, and I have to run and do some errands too for the farm. But hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll hop on another time and give you another update on these guys.